Welcome to InterviewU, where your questions take center stage. You submit the questions, and we interview the professionals. Today, we're collaborating with the YouTube channel at Rose AJ Coates. Rose AJ sits down with Joanna to explore her carnivore journey and her new focus on emotional alignment, her way of giving back to a community she deeply respects.
So watch, listen, and learn all about Joanna Ruth and emotional alignment.
Let me cut in before we
Sure.
slide to that, because I have several questions for you.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so the first one that I scribbled down was, can you explain to the audience what lipedema is? I don't want
Sure.
to bypass an explanation of
Yeah,
that.
to the best of my understanding, because honestly, there's not that much information out there. There is a little bit, and there's a few organizations that are developed. And if anyone feels like they might have it, I urge them to learn about it to the level that there is information out there, because it does provide a very unique situation, and it is, well, it's 99.99% women that it affects. And generally, because the medical profession doesn't know about it, they're not diagnosing it, and they're basically blaming everything on obesity, because it kind of looks like it if you don't know what you're looking for. So lipedema starts to build up when there's hormonal, very, very jumpy hormonal situation in your body. So perhaps we would call it dysregulation. But it happens primarily in puberty or pregnancy or perimenopause and menopause. So it's when hormones are turbulent is one of the triggers for it to begin. It doesn't have to begin, but it potentially can. There will be someone in your family line that you will be able to find that is presenting with it. Not every woman will, but some will, if it's in your family line. So essentially how you can identify it is you're going to have excess fat. I like to call them fat pads, because they're not soft. So if you, the easiest place to find it is just above your belly button. If you have a little bit of fat and you roll it in your hands, you'll feel that it's really soft and smooth, like lard, right? Like when you're cooking, and soft and silky. Lipedemic fat is noduly. So some people say it feels like peas or beans, or like little lumps. And that's because there's fibrotic tissue, which is essentially fascia, which everyone has. And fascia just is like a net around all your muscles and bones and organs and holding everything together. And it should be sort of thin and smooth and sort of flexible, but not too flexible. So with someone who presents with lipedema in certain areas of their body between joints, they've identified. So I don't have lipedema here. This is all pretty normal, soft fat, no lumps. But here it's really lumpy. So, and on top is like a pad. So I would always, like, they say, oh, flex your muscles. And I flex my, oh, wow, you're so strong. No. The muscle is just providing the shape. There is that much fat. And under here, it's hanging because there's tissue in there that's filling up that area. So the fibrotic tissue, they can't tell you yet why it comes about, other than it comes about. So the thighs are really predominant presentation. So when you see a woman who has a really tiny up top, tiny waist, and then their butt and their legs are really enormous, and then you have a look whether the composition of that fat is kind of noduly, then it will be lipedema. So there are methods to try to try to manage it. I don't think anyone has experienced a cure to actually remove it completely. But you can, carnivore has become a very, very important tool. Siobhan Huggins talks a lot about how carnivore is really helping her with her lipedema. And personally, I believe that it's autoimmune related. And hormonal dysregulation and autoimmune are really quite connected. And for me, I find that the carnivore diet keeps my hormones really, really nice and flat. And I have always had dysregulated hormones. So from puberty, my lipedema started at puberty, and my obesity also started at that time. So I had dysregulated hormones from puberty all the way through to probably in the last 12 months with a really stricter carnivore. It's like nothing I've ever experienced, truly. Just in time for menopause because I'm 51.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. And I do want to say lipedema is different than lymphedema, right? Those are
Yeah.
two
So
different. Okay.
lymphedema is the fluid, and lipedema is the fat nodules. Yeah,
Thank
and that's
you.
the way you kind of remember it. They are a little connected. So if you have lipedema, it can cause lymphedema, but not the other way around. Yeah.
I hope you've enjoyed our interviews, and thank you to everyone who's submitted questions so far.
If you've got fresh ideas, leave your questions and comments below, and we'll get to work on them.
Bye for now.
See you in our next set of interviews.
Hello, I'm Joanna Ruth, but you can call me Joanna. I've embraced a carnivore lifestyle increasingly for the past 10 years. Now honing my diet to include meat, seafood, eggs, butter and salt. No plants or dairy anymore for me. With 30 years of experience in education, teaching both adults and children, I've spent the last 20 years developing effective life coaching methods. I now focus on the mental environment as a crucial factor in our health, and I'm excited to share the method of emotional alignment with the carnivore community, another secret weapon to use for our well-being successes. I hope you enjoyed watching this episode. Please subscribe to the channel and email us if you'd like more information about life coaching. Here's a playlist for the entire series. Please like and subscribe. It helps more than you know. See you in the next video.